Hello everybody, this is Kitty Rain, back with my second Dragon Age Inquisition Let's Play with Enansal. And today today we're going to do a little bit of exploring around Haven, um, and potentially go to the hinterlands. I'm not 100% sure if we'll get there today, because I want to do a lot more exploring and finding stuff, and, well, that's a lot of people. That's
That's her. That's the Herald of Andraste.
frightening. I'm not gonna lie, as an elf,
That's her.
I would
She's
be
got the breach
very,
on
very
her.
nervous about that.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Have you gone completely mad? She should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The elf failed, see.
Before we continue on that vein. Alright. So I want to bump up my... There we go. There we go.
The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Chain her! I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect,
You, and many others.
but not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
Hmm.
So you've changed your mind about me?
I was wrong. Perhaps I still am. I will not, however, pretend you were not exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can
That's
do
an
what must be
understatement.
done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay. But you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
If you're truly trying to restore order,
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
So one of the things that has always bothered me about Roderick, the Chantry is female dominated. Like, men who are part of the Chantry cannot rise above, I think it's cleric, or, like, a basic cleric. You know, men are clerks, bureaucrats, but they don't speak for the women of the Chantry. And I think the reason it bugs me so much about Roderick is because he acts like he has actual authority when he has none. Like, absolutely none. Like, because even a lay sister in the Chantry like Liliana used to be, like Liliana was in Dragon Age Origins, actually has more power than Roderick, who is a clerk. Like, they actually tell him, you know, you're a clerk. You have no authority here. And it's just like, dude, where do you get off? And now you all will notice I am wearing my very pretty, so these are a modified version of it's Dragonfly. They're technically pajamas, is what they're labeled as. They basically take the place of a lot of the, stuff. Um, they take the place of your base clothes, basically.
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts.
I'm going to report to Haven's Chantry, but I'm picking up stuff first. Now, there are a lot of things in this game that I kind of wish that you could be like, you know, I want to give orders for, you know, scouts and other people to go collect this stuff instead of wandering around and doing nothing, like so many of them do. But you can't, so... But yeah, Robert bothers me because he acts like he has power in the Chantry and he has none. He has absolutely none. And it's just like, like in quiet moments like this, when I'm, especially like when I'm just exploring and poking around, I'll probably talk a little bit more, but during cutscenes or stuff like that, I'll probably quiet down because, you know, cutscenes.
I'm used to delivering children and helping old men through the winter cold.
Ah, dude, you is in the way. Now, so some of the decisions that I made for the first two games, like, so in Origins, you know, for anybody who's played Origins and had, yeah, okay, fine, had to go through, you know, all the choices. I tried to make the absolute best choices that I possibly could for every given situation. You know, I didn't... I didn't corrupt the ashes, which... If you corrupt the... So if you corrupt the ashes at the temple in Origins, Leliana is a lyrium ghost. Like, she's basically a fragmented memory of Leliana. And it's just kind of like that's bad. That's a bad decision. And like, you know, one of the first options you can make. So I always go... So I go to Red Cliff first. Always my first option. Then I go get the mages.
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentecost might...
That's not what I wanted to do. Why is my thing not working properly? Parrot!
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Quite well.
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work. Something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
How did you come to be here?
Come from a little town called Lothering. Long gone now. I was in Redcliffe when the Darkspawn hit it during the Blight. Helped rebuild. Left when royalty decided it was time to hand the place over to the bloody mages. Then again, fair's fair. It was one of them that stopped the Blight and all. Ended up here. Just missed the boom. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking or the exact opposite.
You're still walking. That's always good.
True enough.
Who outfits the Inquisition soldiers?
Not me. I've got work to do. Can't be passing a sword to every blighter who signs up. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thren, the quartermaster. She'll set up requisitions.
Does the Inquisition not have supplies to make armor or weapons?
Tough convincing traders to haul up here. Impossible to get them to risk the rare stuff, so that's on you.
What can you and your team make here?
Arms and armor. We work iron to blighted dragonbone, if you've got it. Our designs are simple, but they get the job done. You want something fancy? Bring your own design. We'll see what we can do.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
There we go.
Goodbye.
Right.
But so, like, you know, in Redcliffe, I do not ever, sacrifice, oh, I can buy a lot of those. I could be so OP so early on, but we're not going to do that. No, thank you. Ooh. Now, Herald doesn't sell schematics. You have to get that stuff other places. But like, so like this is the apprentice coat. There we go. We'll do dragon webbing. There we go.
Looks fine.
And then we can craft a new weapon, which we have an apprentice staff. There we go.
Good.
Oh, I can't wait until I get to wear those. Those are so cool. Go.
Should serve you well.
Alright, and... nice. There we go. And now I picked lightning, mostly because early on there's not a lot of stuff that is actually resistant to lightning. Actually, a lot of stuff is very, very, not resistant, but...
Should serve you well.
alright. Inventory. Weapons. Staves. That. Equip. There we go. That looks cool. But like early on, there's not a whole lot of stuff that is resistant to lightning. In fact, there's a lot of stuff that get not having issues talking. It's a thing. So this is one of the DLC armors. It's the armor of the dragon. Now you can get it. And, you know, I got Avar armor, Kunari armor, you know, just stuff like that. Alright, and, like, this is the Kunari mage armor. Looks cool, unless you're, looks cool as long as you're playing, Kunari. Now I will say, like, so I accidentally put this on Solus one time and I was like, whoa! Like, dude is ripped! So I actually have a headcanon. Now, they do have a... very similar to Fenris in Dragon Age 2. They have, slightly modified Solus's, model, the elf model for Solus. You know, in Dragon Age 2, Fenris had a modified elf model as well. Because Fenris is actually taller than most most elves in any of the games. Fenris is actually taller than most of them. Not that, sir. Can't wear any of that, and you can't wear any of that. There we go. Oop. Okay. And then Solus also has a modified model because like if you look at Solus when he's interacting with other characters, like he looks Cassandra in the eye. And Cassandra's tall for a human model. So, you know, Solus is tall. He's also broader and more well-muscled than most of the elf models. Unless you're,
If you're here to clean, Hess can get
you know, looking at your PC.
Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're her. Thren.
I hate you.
Inquisition quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under 10 Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
I understand Loghain joined the Grey Wardens after the Blight ended.
Yes. A mercy, people called it. Serving the Order, they say he betrayed. He could have led Ferelden to greatness. Instead, he lives in exile, fighting Darkspawn until the day he dies. Can I help you with something?
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good login site, maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Alright. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I do not like Thren. Mostly based on that very first interaction that you have with her, where if you're playing an elf, she always, doesn't matter if you're playing a male or a female elf,
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did.
always treats you like a servant the first time you encounter
Someone to
her.
patch you up after you staggered out of making us wear, though. So, you're welcome.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother
I love
Hen.
Adon.
You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are few around who can help.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
Alright. Gonna loot Adon's chest. And there's day 2. There we go.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary.
I love Solus.
I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
You came here to help, Solus. I won't let them use that against you.
How would you stop them?
However I had to.
Thank you. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Not gonna lie, my brain is going a million miles a minute. I'm trying to remember what all I have to do. It's been a while since I've played this.
Out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that mountaintop.
A lot of good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... That's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
All things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost.
I do need to make a little interlude video where, one, I go over the mods that I have, and two, where I go over my Dragon Age keep so that you guys can see what choices that I actually made in the first 2 games.
Does it trouble you?
If it wasn't enough to close the breach, what use is it?
You did everything we asked of you.
And it still didn't work.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Couldn't that kind of power just make things worse?
And people call me a pessimist. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field.
Hi,
I'm
Cullen.
pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan.
You speak Elven?
You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading...
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Nope, I don't. Dang it. I forgot. It doesn't let you choose. You actually...
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
Except not now. Close. Ooh.
At your service.
All right. Now, I do have a... So, one of the mods that I have is, So, any war table missions, don't take time to complete. It just does them.
To work?
Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're going to back out for now and go do a few more things around Haven before... Yeah, okay. I know how to do stuff.
Stay safe out there.
Alright.
Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And I slipped that, young elven lass good coin to tell me when you came back to us. No matter, no matter. Sigrid, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
What do you think I'll be doing exactly?
Word's already spreading that if anyone can close that blighted thing in the sky, it's you. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Wow. I just need one. Alright. So, we need to sell some stuff because we need some money. Nope. I'll keep... Get rid of that, that, and that. Okay. Not selling any of that stuff because we need those. Alright. So, let's go to our journal. I'm still getting used. Still getting used to doing this, with mouse and keyboard. I'm used to...
See reason, Lissette. We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templars.
What does that even... Ourselves instead of protecting the mages?
Better that than stay here with this Inquisition.
You're awfully quick to dismiss the people who saved your life, Matrin.
There we go. Alright, so we need some iron and a logging stand. And I know where both are. Plus, oh hey look, a nug. Here we go. Ooh. So most of my mods are just like minor stuff. Stuff that like the appearance mod, the character customization options for the menu for the character creation. Lots of minor stuff like that. And then just stuff to make my make my playthrough a little bit easier on me, like war table missions don't take any time. And then I've got so different shops are so a lot of the different shops are better stocked, they have better supplies, and they purchase stuff for more money. All good things. And then drop rates from enemies. So like enemies that drop like supplies or crafting materials, they actually drop more of those. So, and you can find more in brain doesn't want to work.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
And you can find more of basically a variety of stuff in containers. I get these notes. Now I will say this, I actually had friends who played this game who were telling me, you know, I'm running out of this, or this, or this, and I'm talking, like, now granted, unmodded, but I'm just like, how? How are you running out of that? Like, elf fruit. Elf fruit is everywhere. Like, you can literally just pick it up everywhere. And it's on almost every map. So around Haven, there's elf fruit everywhere. Hinterlands, pounds of it. Hello, Ram. Like, pounds and pounds of elf fruit. And then where is it? Ah, there it is. Hey! And, like, you need elf root to make most of your healing or regeneration potions. So, you know, elf root is a good thing to have on hand. But you shouldn't be running out of it. Especially early game when you can just walk around Haven every time you come back and pick it.
You're the one they're calling the Herald.
You don't sound happy about that.
I'm not. You are a mage, and magic was meant to serve man, not rule him. Yet here you are, testing that core tenet of the Chantry. I did not join the Order to adjust my faith so easily, but I appreciate what the Inquisition is trying to do, and your role in it. Though you may find not many Templars do. We're a distrustful lot by nature.
I'd like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
That is not what they were in the first place.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
Where did my mouse go? There it is.
Do you have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just a recruit. Belief and faith doesn't get you closer to the important meetings. Though that distance did save my life.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I love her disgusted noise.
Worried?
Is it that obvious?
I'm afraid so.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see.
Oh, there's
And I
tons
believe
more
no
than
one
what we
else
can see.
cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
I'm Dalish. I believe in our own gods.
And there's no room among your gods for one more? I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Alright.
Speak only the word. Sing only the chant.
Let's talk to Thren and turn in this requisition, and then... There we go. Talk to Adon. Oh, hey, I got a power. Whoop. There we go.
I'm glad there are big strop.
You're back. And in one piece.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something
Agent.
special. If it
Hagen.
helps, I found his notes.
However
The
you
old
say
codger
it.
was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Farewell.
Hey. Cassandra gets a regeneration potion. Solus gets lyrium. And Varric will we'll get a regeneration potion for now.
Perhaps another time.
There we go.
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal, from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
I'd like to know more about the Veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
It sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality, where spirits are as common as trees or grass. Instead, spirits are strange and fearful, and the Fade is a terrifying world touched only by mages and dreamers. I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world, along with the obvious peril.
I'd like to know more about demons.
Your Dalish say the demons hate the natural world, seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them? If not in peace, at least without such active confrontation.
Not in the world we know today. The Veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
We'll talk later.
Alright, there we go. Okay, looks like I finished all the Haven stuff. So, now we will go to the hinterlands.
Have you heard about the refugees out in the hinterlands near Redwood?
You dislike the Templar, sister?
No. I know. Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood. To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky?
This is
What
all a
about the temple
game.
ruins? The bones lying in the dust. Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the Divine. She led the faithful. She was their heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
Alright. There it is. Try and find all the books. That I can't. Why are y'all in the way?
There was no word for heaven or for earth or sea or sky. All that existed was silent.
There we go.
Then the voice of the Maker built for them the golden city, the center of all creation. And for a time you dwelled among them, watched.
Oh, I do need to go see
As a god.
Josephine.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Lavelan, this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock. We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I apologize for the intrusion. I didn't realize you were meeting with the Marquis.
You did little harm. In truth, the debate was most beneficial as practice for those to come.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask, what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere.
Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montillier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Alright. And turn in.
If you find anything, please.
There we go. Now, so leveling up, I'll kind of be going all over the map. Although I really, really wish that they actually had a healer. Had healing skills.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. Especially a Dalish elf. One look at your face and it's clear you were never part of a circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
You said you were a mage?
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I like studying. I like performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
You might have done well among the Dalish. Our mages are encouraged to study safely.
Fenrir will take the Dalish. Don't let my lack of Valisleen fool you, Lethleen. I was a proud member of my clan until my magic manifested. You know what happens when they have too many mages. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
I'm so sorry.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe.
Yes. The mages took some of them when my Circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most Circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I'm glad they have someone who cares about them.
They deserve better. They're polite, they're rational, and they'll never get angry at you. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
I'll speak with you later.
Travel safely.
Alright. Nope. Okay.
A learned child is a blessing.
Alright, we are gonna head to the hinterlands.
Has Cassandra spoken to you about my new recruits?
They are not your recruits, Commander. They're ours.
Alright. Venture forth. Sandra. Barrett. Solus.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Okay, guys, so once I can save. So that is where we're going to end things today. I'm trying to do things kind of in, not really spurts, but like chapters or scenes. So next episode, we will do some stuff in the hinterlands, and see where we go from there. I hope that you guys all enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.